dollar store. But what are you gonna do? Okay, so let me first give you a little bit of Hollywood direction. When you see scissors and see a box, don't do this, because that does nothing. For a box, you want to cut it like a box cutter, and you don't want to cut the labels, because when you guys leave, I'm going to catalog the items for the museum. So I need to know where it came from and what came in each package. So, you know, make sure the label is safe. And don't read the label, obviously. And that's your Hollywood direction. You ready? Okay, good. So I do this like a 42nd Street Times Square shell game, which I'm born and raised in New York, and I remember the shell games, where a guy showed up with 3 shells. He would put a quarter under one of the shells, and then he mixed them up, and you had to guess which one had the quarter, and then you would win something. The only difference here is I don't have 3 shells. There isn't a quarter under any of my packages, and you win nothing. So ethically, it's exactly like a shell game. But there is one similarity. I am going to mix up the packages. So here is me mixing up the packages. Are you guys confused?
Sure.
Yes? Good, because otherwise I would have to do this all day long, and I don't know if they want to wait all day long until they get confused. Okay, so here we go. Pick a package to open, any package to open. That one,
Yep.
Good choice. That one, excellent.
Good things.
And here are your scalpels, and these 2 are for you guys. I have a feeling I know what that is, because I was feeling it, and I'm like, I think I know what that is. You're gonna love that. It's really cool. If it is what I think it is. Looks like it.
Oh, it's one of those.
It is. Oh my God, you're gonna die. This is the coolest. I was teaching them, and you're gonna learn this 3D. This is one of my coolest 3D images. This is a guy. Let me take it completely out of this stupid plastic. That's not gonna make it look as good. This is a guy on a girder high up in the air in Manhattan, taking a picture. Isn't that an incredible shot? So let's show the humans. And on the back, it tells you about it, like where it was and all that. And I can't see it very well, even with my glasses. But that is one of the coolest stereo shots.
Very cool.
I've been looking for this for over a year. This is a really hard one to get. So that's really
This
cool.
is 3D too.
Oh, 3-dimensional Gerda. So this is actually a risque film. We actually have an adult show. I know you're surprised. I'm like, you teach kids, but I do an adult show, and it's better than my comedy show. It's 3D VHS. 3D VHS is really silly and bad because it was the 80s and they were cheesy. So at first, I wasn't going to do the show, but Coney Island begged me to do the show. And I said, I can't lie. I can't tell them I've never seen the tapes. I know you're going to be like, how did you never see these tapes? I mean, I bought them because they're 3D and it's part of the collection, but I never watched them and I thought I would never show them. I just figured I'd have them. But the owner of Coney, Dick Ziggins, said, oh, do it here. And I'm like, no, it's got to be bad and it's like risque. And he goes, oh, come on, please. And I said, listen, I haven't seen the tapes. Let me watch one.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you if it's bad. And if it's bad, I'm not doing it. I watched one. I was dying laughing. I called my friends, put them on the phone. I said, listen to this. I wanted to put it on my answering machine. It was so bad. It was so silly. The show ended up being funnier than any of my comedy shows. Everyone loved it. It's just but I didn't show the adult parts. I showed the funny parts. And it was really good. It ended up being the best curated show. I'm dying to do it again, but I don't know where to do it. But this is one of the ones, the 4 dimensions of Greta. And it's completely ridiculous. You see the other side. The 4 dimensions of Greta, it's a completely cheesy one, but it's kind of a holy grail item. This is a really hard tape to get. I've only seen, in 12 years of doing this, I've only seen one. I don't know what happened with that one. But yeah, so that's, funny enough, you both opened up something out of my 3D show.
Yeah.
And so now you're part of the museum. You're museum curators,
Thank
and that's
you.
my show.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And let's say bye to the world. Bye, world.
Bye.